are you? I hope that you all are fine. So in this video we will discuss about magnitude. Okay, magnitude you can or you can also say value, or you can also say modulus of vector. Okay, and what is magnitude? Let's see what is magnitude. The geometrical length of a vector quantity is called magnitude. The geometrical length of a vector quantity is called what? Magnitude. Okay, or you can also say value or modulus of a vector. Let's see an example. Magnitude of Newton. Force is equal to 5 Newton. Okay. Magnitude of force is equal to 5 Newton. Or you can also write like this. F is equal to 5 Newton. Okay. Or we can also write like this. If we magnitude means magnitude, you can also say modulus. Okay, so if we put modulus, then the arrow is removed. Okay, so arrow is removed, so F is equal to 5 Newton. Okay, and I hope you understand what is magnitude. The geometrical length of a vector quantity is called magnitude. Okay. And now here is a point, very important point, that the arrow is removed by putting modulus. The arrow is removed by putting modulus. See, if we put, suppose that this one is a vector, okay, a vector. If we put modulus, then the arrow is okay. So if we put modulus, then the arrow will removed. Okay. One more example. This one is B vector, and if we put modulus, this one is called modulus. Okay. This one is modulus. Modulus. So if we put modulus on B vector, the arrow is removed. Okay. One more example. This one is C vector. This one is C vector because arrow denotes that it is a vector. Okay. So right now this this one is vector. Okay. If we put modulus, then the arrow will be removed. Okay. I hope you understand this point very clearly, that the arrow is removed by putting modulus. If we put modulus on any vector, the arrow is removed. Okay. And now move to our next point, that this one is our next point. The magnitude of a vector quantity is always a scalar quantity. The magnitude of a vector quantity is always a scalar quantity. Scalar quantity. Why? Why if we put why the magnitude of a vector quantity is always a scalar quantity? Let's see here. For example, that Suppose that 3. Okay. Sorry. Vector, taken vector. So suppose that this one is a vector. Okay. A vector, B vector, C vector, D vector, whatever you want. Okay. This one is vector. Okay. But if we put modulus, right now this one is a vector. Okay. This one is a vector quantity. But if we put modulus, then the arrow is removed. And now this is called scalar quantity. Okay. Because arrow shows that this is vector quantity. Okay. One more example, like B vector. Okay, this one is vector, but if we put modulus, then it is always be scalar quantity, and it is in many examples of them. Okay, I hope this point is also clear to you that the magnitude of a vector quantity is always scalar quantity. Why? Because if we put modulus on any vector quantity, the answer will be always in scalar quantity. Okay. Now move to our next point. Here is the question. Which of the following is are correct? Which of the following is are correct? Let's see. Okay, so first A is magnitude of a vector is less than 0. It is true or not? True or not? It is correct or not? No. Why? Because magnitude of a vector, here you can see that suppose that -3, but if we put modulus, then 3. -3 is less than 0, but in question says that the magnitude of a vector, so but the question says magnitude of a vector is less than 0. No. Why? Because here you can see that if we put modulus on this number, that it will always give positive, not in negative. So -3 is less than 0, but 3 is not less than 0. It was wrong. Okay. So that's why our first option is wrong. Okay. Now see our next option, that magnitude of the vector quantity is greater than 0 or equal than 0. Equal to 0. Yes, it is true. Why? Because this one is -3. If we put modulus on it, the answer will be always in positive. Okay. Okay, the answer will always in positive. Here is a point that point to be noted, that the magnitude of a vector quantity can never be negative. Okay. Point to the magnitude of vector quantity can never be negative. Okay, this one is the point that the magnitude of a vector quantity is can never be negative. Okay. like -3. If we put modulus, then the answer will always be in positive. If any digit minus, if we put modulus, then the minus, then it is always be in, sorry 100, it is always gives positive answer, not negative answer. Okay, so this one is the point that the magnitude of a vector quantity can never be negative, it always be positive. Okay, now yes, magnitude of a vector is greater than 0 or equal. Yes, of course. Why? Because suppose that this one is -3, and if we put modulus, then the answer is 3. Always in positive, not in negative. 3 is greater than 0. Okay, so magnitude of a vector quantity is greater than 0 or equal to and also equal. Okay, but the magnitude of a vector quantity never the magnitude of a vector is not less than 0, it always greater or equal than 0. Okay, so this option is correct. Okay, and now our next option is magnitude of a vector may be vector. No, why? The magnitude of a vector may be vector. No, why? Because any vector, this one shows a vector quantity. Okay, if we put modulus, then it always be scalar quantity, not in vector quantity. The arrow is so that this one is vector quantity. Okay, but if we put modulus, then the arrow is removed. Okay, so magnitude of a vector may be vector. No, it always scalar quantity. Yes, last option is correct. Magnitude of a vector is always scalar quantity. Yes, magnitude of a vector quantity, magnitude of a vector is always scalar quantity. Okay, so this one is also true. So 2 option is correct, that magnitude of a vector is always greater or equal 0. Okay. Okay. So B and D is correct option. Are correct option, that magnitude of a vector quantity is always greater or equal than 0. Okay. And last one is the magnitude of a vector quantity is always scalar quantity. Okay. Now, so I hope you understand what is magnitude. Magnitude, simple meaning of magnitude is geometrical length. Okay, so magnitude, the geometrical length of a vector quantity is called magnitude. Okay, and main point is that the arrow is removed by putting modulus. This one is modulus. You can also magnitude, or you can also say modulus of a vector, or you can also say value. Okay, so the arrow is removed by putting modulus. This one is modulus. Okay, if we put modulus, then the arrow is removed. Okay, etc. Many example of this. Okay. And now our next point is the magnitude of a vector quantity is always a scalar quantity. It means the magnitude of a vector quantity is always a scalar quantity. Because if we put modulus, or you can say magnitude, then the arrow is removed. So this one is called scalar quantity because the arrow shows that this one is vector quantity, or you can also denote by bar over a letter, okay, and bold letter. So if we put the magnitude of a vector quantity is always a scalar, so that's why the magnitude of a vector quantity is always a scalar quantity, because if we put modulus then the arrow is removed. Okay. And our next, this one is question that magnitude of a vector quantity is always greater or equal than 0. Okay, and last one is the magnitude of a vector quantity is always scalar quantity. Okay. And our next point is that the magnitude of a vector quantity is never be negative. Okay. So I hope you understand about magnitude. Okay, magnitude, or you can also say value or modulus of vector. Okay, so I hope you understand this all whole the video. Okay, so in next video we will discuss further. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.